So there is a number on the iPhone 14 that determines whether you should buy the iPhone 14 or just walk away from the buy. Now this number is super important, especially as somebody who wants to buy a used iPhone, or you're average person who just wants to use a phone that's going to sustain you for the whole day. Then this number is super important. And for me personally, I do think that it's better than the storage, it's better than colors, and it's almost better than price. So what number is this? I'll show you guys right now. So all I need to do is and I'll scroll all the way down, battery and health, and then voila. Now here's what Apple actually designed. So every iPhone battery is rated for certain numbers of charge cycles before it degrades, right? So a charge cycle is not just plugging it in. It's actually using 100% of your battery capacity across one or more charges, which means whenever you run it from 100 to 50, charge it back to 100, run it down to 50 again, that's basically one cycle. And then what Apple actually did was that they engineered the iPhone 14 battery to at least restrain 80% of its original capacity at 500 charges, which I do think is super nice. And that is just the design spec, and this is what Apple actually tested this for. And once you start to come across that 500 cycles and 80% battery health, well, even Apple's own support flags this as service recommended. So that's just something for you to actually look at. Now you're probably asking, what is the time frame for you to actually come up to 500 cycles? Well, if you are a average user, somebody who charges your phone once a day, then you're probably looking at 1.5 years for you to come up to 500 cycles. But then if you're a heavy user, somebody who plays game a lot, somebody who uses the phone a lot, content create, films a lot, and then you probably charge your phone like 2 times a day, then we could be looking somewhere around under a year for you to hit 500 cycles, which is kind of crazy if you think about that. And this is just why a used iPhone 14 could have a widely different battery health depending on who and how the previous owner actually treated it. So that's just something to actually look at. So if you're planning on buying yourself a used iPhone, here's how to see the battery health, so you know whether you should go through with the buy or whether you should just skip and go for something else. Now, if you're somebody who already knows how to search for the battery health, then you should probably just skip to the next section. But for the people who just want to jump into the iPhone 14 as the first phone or used phone, who don't really know how to search for the battery health, this one is actually for you. So all you need to do is just to go to settings, or you can just swipe down to get the search bar, and then all you need to do is just to write settings. Let's see, settings right there, and then voila. And then you can just go where it says battery. You can also search if you want to, but just go where it says battery, you press on that, and you can just scroll down a little, and then you can also just press the battery health and charging, which is super nice. Where it says maximum capacity is how you know whether it's a good phone or maybe you should go for something else. For me personally, it says 99%, so I am super happy to have this phone, and it basically goes for the whole day without me needing to charge it. And then you can also press on the optimized battery charging like that. I'll turn it off right now, but I'll turn it on again so you guys know. Now what this actually does is that it reduces the battery aging a little bit more. Now this charges up to 80% instead of going all the way to 100, which reduces your phone literally dying or getting old faster. So that's super good to know. And then you can just go back, and you can also turn on the low power mode. Now what low power mode does is that it reduces every single background activities, saving you a ton of battery under the day, especially if you're somebody who needs that battery to sustain for the whole day. Now it reduces things such as 5G, it brings down the display, so you don't really need to stress yourself. And then background activities like apps, games, and all of that, it reduces the activities going on there. So low power mode for me personally is super good. And then it also warns you when it goes down to 20%, so you know that you really need to save your battery. Now here's what each bracket capacity means in the real world. Now if you do have a 95% to 100% battery capacity, well, it's gonna help you and you're gonna have it for a full day. It's super good. If you have 88 to 94% battery capacity, it's excellent. You get a full day of usage. If you do have 85 to 87, well, it's good, right? It's good. It's solid for a whole day, right? And then if you have something like 80 to 84, it's still usable. You're pretty much good. Then you might you might start having to negotiate if you want to buy yourself a phone, like a used phone. Then if it goes below 80%, well, that's basically flagged. If you want to buy a phone, I don't think you should buy a phone below 80%, because then just walk away. You don't really need to stress yourself. Just go away from there and you're pretty much good. And I do want to be honest with you guys, on my iPhone 14, I do have 99% battery capacity on the iPhone 14, which I am actually happy about. But then if you look at my iPhone 15, for example, my iPhone 15 Pro, for example, you can see that this is basically 83 battery health capacity. I'm just gonna be honest, I do have 1041 cycles, which is awful. I've had this phone since 2023. So it's still decent that it still has 83%, but at the same time, I guess it's time to start thinking of changing the battery or moving over to the iPhone 18 Pro or Pro Max. Who knows? I just hope Apple does something well this year. So if you are looking for a good phone, then make sure you always check on the battery capacity, because that determines how you're going to use the phone and whether you should just look for something else. And that's how it is. Now, what I normally do if I do want to buy a phone used online, especially, is that I look for the listing where it says the battery health. Now, if it doesn't show the battery health, I normally just chat with the owner of the phone to see the battery health. I'll probably ask him to send me a screenshot of the battery health to just see or have a glimpse of what I'm actually buying in. Now, if they actually refuse, then I don't really think that you should go through with the purchase. Just go away from there and find something else. Now, if you have a battery capacity of 80 to 85%, it's not actually dead. You just have to think about the cost of battery replacement. And that is roughly around $89 to $99, depending on what region you are and what country you are, especially. But then you do have to understand that negotiation is where this actually takes part, because now you do want to bring down that number to probably like 200 or 150, just to at least make sure that you can be able to replace the battery whenever you buy the phone. Now, somewhere around 91% battery health is a really good thing. Now, this goes for every phone out there, not just the iPhone 14. It also goes for 16, 17, 15 as well. And I know many people might be saying, oh man, all this for just battery. Well, battery is not a small details on the iPhone 14 or any phone out there. It's actually how you as a person could navigate your whole day. It sets a tone for how much you can do in a whole day. If you do have a phone with 100% battery, you could probably be out the whole day. But then if you have a phone with like 70% or 80%, well, you might need to go charge and wait for like 1 hour for you to be able to do something else. And you know how important the phone is for you. So it all depends on what phone and what battery health you have. And that's just how important this is, especially if you're somebody who likes to take photos or play game or just travel a lot. So let me know down in the comment, is battery health super important for you whenever you're buying a used phone or any other devices out there? Or is it something you don't really think of when you're making that choices? Write that in the comment, and I'll see you guys very soon.